Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bazaar. It is Dooley Day here today. So in we are going to go to see what we can do. Dooley is feasting on this patch, especially after the hotfix. There is a lot of really strong build variety. It's quite nice, especially with the Companion Core. I was going to say, Companion Core has a lot of really good options. A lot of the changes to the friends is super beneficial for the Companion Core and just for Dooley in general. Like, in that last big patch, a lot of the core components have been changed of friend builds in a way that I'm really excited about. There's lots of different paths. You can do a friend, poison, burn, damage, shield, like all of those runs, and it's actually like pretty seamless. There's less rough edges with them than there were. So I could go for a small burn item looking to get Bomb Squad, which is one of those that was changed, to actually be a good core component of a friend burn build, which is something that he was kind of dead weight in a Companion Core run before because he was giving you haste when you were probably already perma-hasted. It was kind of like, it just didn't fit very well. The new version where he gets charge on adjacent friend use is much better. Lost Crate is good, but then we're going into this first fight with no items against the PvE, but there is always a fight you can win. There's supposed to be. Oh, hit me with a small burn item, hoping for the Bomb Squad. We got ourselves a Plasma Grenade. Burn both players for 5? I mean, frankly, are we at more risk? Are we at more risk by having an item? I mean, I guess we could have the Companion Core just to have something to watch. But like against Kyber Drone, if you go in with an empty board, you always win. That's just how it goes. You are actually in a worse spot if you ran this board against Kyber Drone, because he will slow down the Companion Core, and his passive gives him damage up when he slows something down. So if you don't have anything, he doesn't get that passive. So we could just go for Kyber Drone for the cooldown reduction. Let's do that. Since I don't really know what path we're going to be going, I'm not sure that I would run Plasma Grenade on a Companion Core run right now. We could be going for like a slow route with the Chem Snail. Whenever you slow, this gains charge, poison, and it poisons for like whatever, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. I can't remember. So I guess that's where you would run that. Chem Snail, weirdly enough, doesn't feel like it's part of a Companion Core run as much, despite being a friend. I feel like it's not bad though in a friend core run, but you're probably better off running it on something else. But see, there you go. It's always close, but you always win. It's less close on Pig. All right, Stinger. Probably not going to run it, but we can put it on our board for this moment. But frankly, let's go ahead and grab a small item.
You can't afford it.
God, cool LEDs? Are we going for a slow run? I'm not confident we're going to even find a shop with pieces, but like this loses the first fight 100% of the time. So I kind of feel like I need to dig for something. The Gamma Ray is very, very, very good. I don't just want to keep running Rays, though, on this patch, just because we can, but I'll say Gamma Ray plus Monitor Lizard on Companion Core is crazy strong. Really, really strong right now. We have done it kind of recently, but we did do it before this meta, and definitely before Gamma Ray. Whenever you use the core or another ray, your poison items gain a poison. Monitor Lizard poisons on haste. You can kind of see how those fit together in a really good build. That being said, let's take something else. I don't want to force... I mean, it's not necessarily forcing if it just throws it in my face, but... If I get a slow item... You know what? Wow me. Okay, this is very awkward. This is not a board, I'll tell you that. This is not Microsoft Paint. We lose this fight, right? We could have taken the Poison Ray, and actually on its own, it could potentially win some day one fights. I want to keep it a little bit fresh. We would have probably lost against this anyways, frankly. Like, Shark Claws is a pretty decent starting item now, like, for winning your day one, since day one has slowed down a lot. So I think, especially since they're running Fang in addition, they would have won regardless of what I did with the options that I was given there, for the most part. Like, we obviously would ditch Companion Core altogether, and we could potentially have a better call. But it's a hindsight thing, right? Knowing what we got offered, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with tanking day one. It's okay, right? We've got items, skills, chocolate bars. We very clearly need a board, and that Race Carl is absolutely part of a board, and First Aiden is part of a board that we could make for sure. So Race Carl was changed, and I think he's really, really good now. He was really good in, like, I don't know, Degenerate Infinites in the past, but now he's just really good as an actual card. Whenever you haste, charge this 2 seconds. So obviously we are going, going to be hasting a lot with the Companion Core. First Aiden is changed a lot, but still good. 3 seconds to haste an item, and the way it'll typically work on this run is it will haste the Companion Core, because it tries to prioritize a thing that doesn't have haste. I almost want to roll looking for another small companion, and we don't really care what it is right now. We just want a small companion. Bomb Squad's great. I was talking about it. We don't have the money for ice. So here we go. Whenever you use an adjacent friend, charge this 2 seconds. So we can actually slot that in right here really well, because Race Carl eventually will be going off a lot, and so will the Companion Core. So whenever we use these, Bomb Squad gets charged up 2 seconds. It's a 6-second cooldown. I love my board now, all of a sudden. Friend cooldown, all down by 3%, is likely going to be the answer here. And then now I obviously don't have a lot of money. We could go to the weapon skills, looking for something to buff up Race Carl. We'd have to sell a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to take the spare change. I don't love it. And then I actually think we should be able to beat the Covetous Thief okay here. The wider our board gets, the better, because it's going to be more haste targets, which helps us in so many ways. But, like, you can see how this... Look at... Even with these 3 pieces right here, you can see how it's going to be going pretty well. And this is before we just get more targets. That's all we need. We need more targets for the Companion Core, and this goes even faster, no matter what those are, as long as they're friends. I wouldn't mind the Shadowed Cloak to the left of Race Carl as well, giving him haste and damage whenever it gets used. A shame, and yet Sharpening Stone, quite good. 6 more damage. We're not going to level up unless we get another XP event after, so let's hedge our bets. Grab the Bomb Squad. I'm going to grab Micro Dave. I'm not going to play Monitor Lizard today, but let it be known we were gifted probably a 10 winner by starting out super cleanly with Poison Ray. I can't remember what it is. Gamma Ray? Gamma Ray and Monitor Lizard by day 2. We could have a really, really solid, reliable build. And we made the right call, I'd say, by not looking for the XP. Oh, I'm trying not to force, okay? Trying not to force. We could grab rear shielding. Like, we could even run duct tape by, like, Race Carl. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna grab rear shielding because we'll likely find a way to insert duct tape. Oops. Alrighty. Mr. Buckets. I don't feel great about our board against a player yet. I just felt a lot better, like, how good our board was day 1 to day 2. Like, 2 to 3 times better, frankly. Okay. Oh, okay. Silencer Shark Claws. That's gonna be a no. That's gonna be a no for me, dog. Unless we're already good. We're already winning. We beat this. Okay, gang. We're cooking.
Less blunder.
We're cooking. Again, our build gets so much better just by adding any random friend pieces right now. Like, obviously finding some synergies within those would be really good, but I'm going to look for some friends. Race Carl, new Armadillo,
Good luck, both of you.
We'll upgrade Race Carl for an extra 20 damage there. I think I'll throw the Plasma. We'll throw that. So new Armadillo is whenever you shield charge this 2 seconds. We do have the Duct Tape. We could do some dumb stuff with that.
May the core light your
When the
way.
board gets a little bit wider. Grab the scrap for our duct tape whenever we figured this plan out. We could do this. And whenever this gets used or this gets used, we use shield. So this is kind of like an infinite sort of... starting to become like an infinite sort of loop there a little bit. Don't have very much money for any of this, so just give me the health. And I'd be kind of surprised if we didn't beat the Aetheryte. So let's just go for the extra XP here to try and press our advantage a little bit. The beginning will look bad because we do have a slow start. But then as soon as we get going, we really do keep going. Ooh. Oh, I think we do want to maybe get Aiden back in there, but look at that shielding we're getting. We're getting a lot of shielding. All right, trying to press a level up would be great. Getting an upgrade to the companion core to tier 2, so we have perma-haste. That's all we need. One more upgrade and we're already perma-haste. I think that Aiden is a better call for now. If we can't increase the size of our board. And this gains haste. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and push for the level up for board space, basically. And then, God, okay, so I guess I don't know what I'm putting in that spot, so give me another small item. Happily upgrade Aiden. Happily grab Chris Army Knife. It's another shield, so it's more charge. And I think we just say thank you. Core cooldown. It's really important for keeping our haste going. All right, there we are. So these should be triggering pretty darn quick. These are triggering pretty darn quick. We should be getting a lot of activations. I actually love this board. I love this board. It has a lot of different angles that we can take this. And if we can increase the haste to 2 seconds, either by leveling this up. They are running a trebuchet, a trebuchet. We could definitely be in trouble. Okay, are we up? Oh my god, we're on perma-haste already. We're on perma-haste with 1, dude.
Like my
We're on perma-haste with 1, dude.
Another round.
All right, okay. So we could look for a silver upgrade. Push for levels. I think we just push kind of for levels a little bit here. I'm not opposed to a silver skill in any way.
My training is about letting go of one.
First, I'm going to use a large item. Large item. Whenever you gain burn, get 3 regen, increase the damage of your weapons by 3. I mean, there's going to be some fights that ruins. The question is if I can beat Hydro Dude. I think the answer is yes, but I'm a little bit, feel a little bit weird about it, but Hydro Dude is better when you're using a lot of weapons than a lot of non-weapons. Oh my god, we're perma-hasted even when the core gets slowed? Okay. Okay, no, we're dead. They ramped too fast. They ramped too fast. Because the thing is, when we use a non-weapon... Alright, we're cooked now. When we use a non-weapon, we get slowed. When we get slowed, they gain damage. So... Unfortunately, no, that was never going to work. Shoot. Could look for a weapon going for an upgrade. We don't have much scaling. And by that, I mean we have very little. It's kind of just... Burn is innately scaling if you can stack it before it falls off, and we can.
I'm finished with fighting. But
I just kind of feel like, I was going to say, I feel like there's a decent chance that we find one of our weapons here. There's not, Dooley doesn't have a lot of weapons. Small friend for free. Check a friend in general. Yo. Okay, Dinosaur's interesting, but getting ourselves up to a golden race Carl, I feel like is going to be a better call. Yeah, okay, so we got cooked by the PvE, which does suck. That puts us behind. That's a big bummer. Shouldn't have tried it. Should have realized we had more non... this, and especially the companion core going off every time getting slowed kind of ruined us.
You've got talent.
Lol.
You should put it toward nobler use.
They had 2 freezes on us and an insta-haste. And we still beat that. That was an actually, like, good board. Cooldown reduction is great. There's a lot of interesting shield skills here. A lot of them.
Don't get so defensive for this, but I'm
Small shield lanes gain 3. Right mouse gains 15. I'm with that. We do have the awkward situation now of monster loot. We could only get the free one. So just give me the 5 gold. We got a little bit there. And then Gorgonoble. I just like the potential of getting the Petrifying Gaze. It's super good. Also, the Vial of Blood is a great find, too. Okay. If we get any kind of damage scaling going, man.
Like to work for us.
Oh. Too easy piece of cake. Do it.
I will not train you to kill. I will train you to live.
Whenever you use any friend to burn to is so good for us.
Has wisdom.
Get a little bit of free chocolate. XP scrap. Burn. Here I'm kind of liking the scrap for the duct tape. That does provide us a lot of shielding. Because these go off a lot. Alright. Lose streaking Vanessa. Even with our PvE loss, I do feel pretty good here. We'll just want to take some more XP to make up for that. Okay, this is scary. God, everybody's running this now. I'm recording this on the day that I put out the Trebuchet video. And I'm wondering if I'm getting a little bit of a taste of my own medicine. And if that's the case, I'm going to say, yum, yum, this is the good kind of medicine. It's like when you get that bubblegum medicine as a kid, you're like, hey, thank you for this medicine. Small burn item. We are pretty much just looking for Bomb Squad. There's not really another small burn item I'm hoping for. I don't really feel like throwing in a ray here. Unless, like, maybe the weaponized ray. I mean, that gives us some pretty good scaling. Are we still going... Okay, I might have talked myself into 1 ray. When you use the core or another ray, your weapons gain 6 damage. We use the core a lot. So I think we could probably slot that one thing in. Please. Oh, Jesus. This is either going to go great or terrible. This is a race fight. And you know what? We have Race Carl, so that should be good, right? So we're going to be getting our scaling. Dude, to the moon. It was a good call. Okay, thank you for not giving me the sword and giving me a crisis. Okay, so we're back to neutral. I am not fighting the Lich. We do not beat the Lich. We just don't beat the Lich. I'm confused on the Lich, man. Like, I'm glad the book is better in case you happen to get it, but like... Okay, so Dire Inglet has aggressive, which I would really like. Whenever you use a weapon, give it 4% crit chance. Obviously, when we start to use our stuff, it really starts to go crazy. Okay. Meh. 175 core cooldown. Sharpening Stone for damage is not a bad call. Like, we are kind of just hoping to instant bop them. Large items. There's not many large items I'm really looking for. I don't see myself slotting in... Whoa, man. Slotting in Bulldozer. Down to 6.2. That's like an entire extra charge we don't have to do. All right, what do you got? When you buy this, upgrade the core. Use the core, your shield items gain 10 shield is interesting, too. I don't have exactly one friend. Hit me with the titanium casing. That gives us defensive scaling. So now we have aggressive and defensive scaling in the fight. We got a win-streaking dually. If it's poison dually, which let's, if we're running the numbers, it probably is. Oh, burn dually is also very, very common right now. They have a diamond core. The good news that we have going for us is that we do have lots of shielding, which does counteract their burn. This beats the burn build, and it's not close, frankly. Dude, this build is gross. This build is gross. 7 regen, large item, not looking for any large items. Shield skills.
Just waited for them to collapse.
Your weapons have 4 damage, shield items have 4 shield for every friend you have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 and 12. I'm actually down. That does put me in a weird spot with Pearl's Dig Sight.
Goes in the middle. Simple, right?
But if we could get a fun off-spec friend. One more. Delusional. Good God. That's so busted. That's so busted on anyone that isn't Pig, and yet it's such a hard pivot that I'm actually still not even doing it. Oh, we have to, right? Like, we have to be able to. We have to be able to. Fiery Rebirth. It's just, it's a little too strong to not think about, basically, is what I would say. So yeah, we're getting some defensive scaling. We're getting some aggressive scaling. The only thing we are relatively weak to is going to be poison. However, I think that we are aggro enough to beat poison. The thing that screws us is if they have the annoying new corrosive toxins. Oh, I was half expecting. To Cinder... Sure. Sure. Holy moly. Shield item, non-weapon items. When any item gains freeze, shield 15. I don't think we're slotting that in. Free friend, upgrade the core and get 10% max health, or upgrade a friend. Frankly, I do think that we want the core upgraded. That 1 extra second of haste is a big deal for, like, guaranteeing we stay a bit more capped. A bit more capped. It's Boolean, but hey. Like, if something small gets frozen, we could still stay in the mix. Or if a thing gets slowed, we have a chance. And it is definitely Poison Dually. Oh, unfortunately for me, they do have also Brick Buddy, which I think is a little bit scarier. And my core got frozen. Oh my God. Dude, we have the build that should smoke this, and it was a tie, which goes to the player. That's crazy. 3 loot items, or just getting damage? I just take the damage. We're really looking to close this out sooner than later. Like, I mean, you always kind of are. Finn's Big Bite can double the effectiveness of First Aiden, which I really like. And then unique dually skills could be amazing.
What's the hack today?
Do not have exactly one friend. When you use the core haste an item, I think that that's probably a good call. That should guarantee, like, that the ray and the duct tape are perma-hasted too, which helps. It's also another haste trigger if for some reason that ends up mattering. Joyful Jack has a really, really good passive in Rapid Thought. If we could find it, whenever your opponent freezes your items, reduce duration by 1. It's good on literally any build. Like, literally any... I'm sure there's one weird build that it wouldn't be good on, but I think that it's pretty safe to say it's good on whatever, right? I'm going to be Poison Charge this. Not on this run, baby. Let's go ahead and get some gumballs. We utilize every single gumball. We have a shield thing we care about. Damage obviously matters. Crit obviously matters. Like, that's a fun thing about the Race Carl and Armadillo change, is they can crit. That being said, we did not roll literally a single one. 225 for free? Yeah, we take that. Windstreaking Dooley. I have a sneaking suspicion it's gonna be poison. As long as we don't get, like, frozen right away, of which, unfortunately... Oh, yeah, it's... Okay. So we're gonna get a little bit of a freeze here. Oh, they hit my core! That sucks. I'm toast. Unless... Dude, they froze my core! That was the one thing I was just saying. We need to get that initial haste trigger. Core cooldown, more scrap. I'm gambling. Give me a full board cooldown. Okay, well, that's good. I'm probably not going to save for anything with that, and then we will go ahead and give some crit chance to Race Carl. And then we have so much money. Leftmost weapon has 24 damage. We use a tool burn. It's not bad, but I think we can do better. Rightmost has 24. I mean, sure. The first 5 times you shield each fight, charge an item by a second. Starting our initial chain reaction a little bit quicker is super good. $10 regen. Is that going to make any kind of a difference?
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
Wow. It's a nice find. 40 damage on that is quite exciting. I was just kind of like, yeah, sure, let's see what we got. Death Knight Reaper could end up being really good if we could find Hypnotic Drain. Every single small item is perma-frozen if we can find Hypnotic Drain. Otherwise, Desperate Freeze is just really good. First time you fall below half health, each fight remove freeze and slow from your items. Cleanse half your burn and poison. Either of those is huge. And Deadly Eye's not even bad. Like, there's a lot of good stuff there. Oh, which one? Oh, baby. So these now are on use. So hide your small items. We upgrade this. So now whenever we use the core or another ray, which we're not doing right now, 9 damage for everything. Pretty good. Just get some health. And then get some health. It's a Dooley. Joe the Sock. I've beat Dooley stronger than you. At least based off of stats. But you might have a build that counters mine more. Okay, we're seeing a Burn Dooley. We got the Diamond Core Burn Dooley. I think we're fine. Burn Dooley should be the thing we're least worried about because shield does counter it to a pretty decent extent. And also, their whole board is frozen. This is gross. I feel bad.
With a good enough defense, you'll barely even need an offense.
First time you fall below half health, shield equal to 30% of your max health. Yeah, my highest shield item is going to be duct tape. I don't really care about using that when I get under half. Pearl's Dig Sight is just really fun. Get a very expensive knee brace. You know what?
Hey, you're a natural at this.
15 damage there is really not bad. The question is, do I beat the Enforcer? I think so.
My client, it's personal.
Wait, no. No, we don't because we... Oh, no. Whenever any item gains freeze, they gain shield. Oh my god, do we still somehow do that? This was a bad choice. And yet... Milk was a bad choice. Incoming huge damage from the Ice Pick. What is happening? Oh no. Please.
Disregard intel.
PvE, much harder than PvP. Freeze both players' items for a second. No. I'll take the damage. Again, we just want to close it out quick. We want to basically be a stat check right now for enemies. And we want to make sure that that stat check is really, really hard to surmount. So let's get some more HP. We got the extra damage. The board's working out really well. We could... I mean, at this point, we have a decent amount of small items that I wouldn't mind upgrades to. They're not hugely important, but we might as well look. We don't slow enough for Hamlet to be relevant, and the other ones aren't friends. Ah, look at that. It's a dually. We'll see. I see poison. Poison is a bit scary. Again, it is a speed check for us. Especially since they have cool LEDs, it's going to be a little bit more annoying. Oh, they froze my mans. Okay, here we go. Now they're going to get perma-frozen and we win. Dude, they almost won. They almost won even with their full board frozen. Isn't that crazy? Non-weapon item, chocolate bars items just in general. Zoom, zoom, Race Carl going for the fast win. If we would have won day one, the run would have been over. But I was just not ready to go for it. Get a friend in general, temporary boost. We go for the temporary boost. We go for the extra damage. We are looking to just get right in there. So the Enforcer worked before is the thing. As crazy as it was, we did win, and we are now stronger. As much as I probably shouldn't have made the choice in the first place, we now just have... It's the same, but we have more damage. Obviously, like, freeze targets could end up being worse for us this round, but they could also end up being better. I'm not going to sit here and say that I knew how that was all going, because it was kind of chaotic. Yeah.
It is resisting.
Not bad. Freeze potion. Max health or core cooldown is an interesting one. I'm going to go for the core cooldown. It's 0.3. I feel like that could make a difference.
The look on your enemy's face when they realize they just can't hurt you.
Okay. This was... We won already, but sharp corners, whenever you shield off of duct tape going off, everything gains 9 damage.
Like striking,
That's silly.
but reversed.
I can't afford that. So I'll take the freebie. There's a world where we could find a force field build out of this, but I think we just absolutely accept this. We take our temp boost. We go in there. And we try and give him a bad time. Okay, I see poison. I see monitor lizard. I see a bunch of rays. I think their build is too slow. And their rays are frozen. And they still got 704 poison on me. I mean, hey. We have the dually build. We have the dually killing dually build. This right here, 33 minutes, barely a sweat. Super easy, not even a problem. Race Carl is very strong. I remember when I was reading out the patch notes that a couple people thought Race Carl is dead. And I was sitting there going... Race Carl just became so much better. Charge on dually is fantastic. When you haste, charge is a bizarrely strong effect for a companion core run on dually. Will he end up probably getting nerfed at some point? I wouldn't be surprised. But right now, he is a really good, this is a really good answer to the meta going on right now. Fighting fire with fire to a little bit of an extent. You can run the ray, you can not run the ray. But like these three together, it just really is such a good clean chain. Armadillo, duct tape, Race Carl, those three in a row is very, very strong. Obviously, you'll need a source of haste. So this is kind of, I'm not going to say it's limited to a companion core run, but other cores are going to have a much harder time making this work, though they could. Like, I think basically with this, if you want to run a build like this without companion core, God, you probably have to go for pylons or solar farm, like one of those large items of dualies that generates haste for your board. You probably have to go for one of those. And then you have 2 flex slots to play with. I don't know. It's, yeah. Would I recommend going this build if you're not Companion Gore? Probably not. Probably not. It's probably not going to be super consistent to do something like this without the Companion Core. It's just so good with Race Carl. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for ways to cheat haste via, like, I don't know, like Metronome or the Cloak or, yeah, something of that nature. Hey, there's duct tape. We did it. What else we got here? Some keys. And the grand finale. A lighter. Alright. Still no legendary skins for old Rito McGee. But alas, there's that. That's going to do it here for today. And in Race Carl's name, I'm going to let this one end super quick. Zoom, zoom, baby. Thank you for watching. Check the channel for more Bazaar every single day. As long as the guys continue to support it, do remember to keep on supporting it. Likes, comments, all that stuff. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.